Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Hilary Duff. Through her song Come Clean, we looked at absolute honesty, even at the point of analysing yourself in relationships. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going on from there to 1984 in Waco, Texas. We have a very, very musical family here. At the age of 3, she started to do ballet. And at the age of 11, being one of the youngest ever at that time to actually enroll, she enrolled in the School of American Ballet. In 1999, the family moved to Los Angeles, California. And Ashlee Simpson, who we're talking about today, started to feature in some television commercials. Her older sister Jessica at this time was finding a lot of notoriety and fame, and Ashlee actually became a backup dancer to her older sister's tours. But Ashlee wanted her own career, and that started in TV, and she was in such shows as Malcolm in the Middle, The Hot Chick, and Seventh Heaven. In fact, her character Cecilia was in the 7th and 8th seasons of that particular show. In 2002, she actually recorded the album Christmas Past, Present and Future. Pretty successful album for Ashlee. And she also recorded Just Let Me Cry. This is for the Freaky Friday soundtrack. She was still sending a few demos around the place. It wasn't long before she was signed by Geffen Records. Now, Geffen were very, very happy to have Ashlee as part of their stable of artists, because in 2004 she released Autobiography. Now, this album was absolutely massive. It got to number 5 in the Billboard Top 100. It sold 398,000 copies in the first week. And around 2005, it had sold 2.5 million in the US and 5 million albums worldwide. So this is a massive album for Ashlee Simpson, considering she actually co-wrote all of the songs on the album as well. Now, one of the massive songs for her, in fact, this single went to gold, was Pieces of Me. We got a TV clip of this one below. She was starting to get into relationships at this point with Ryan Cabrera in particular, and so she was just making some reflections about, hey, I want to be all in with this thing. So we got a TV clip of Pieces of Me. Of course, what was also in the background with Ashlee was her older sister Jessica and her fame, and Ashlee she was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed and overshadowed by her older sister, so she outcame the song Shadow. And this is the official clip on this one below, really and truly just saying, hey, look, I am my own person. In fact, you can see that Ashlee well and truly has a harder edge to her music. It's a bit more hard rock pop, and so she wants to differentiate herself from her older sister. Billboard Award, in fact, so we've got an official clip of Shadow below. Billboard actually came knocking and said, yeah, we actually think you're pretty good, Ashlee, so we're going to give you the New Female Artist Award for the year. And it was around that time that she embarked on the Autobiography tour. In 2005, out came the album I Am Me, continuing on with her being her own person, again co-writing all of the songs on the album. We've got Boyfriend. We've got from the BMA Awards. We've got Boyfriend and Love. The album sold 220,000 copies in the first week. The song Love is pretty good one. Just some lines. I want to bring energy. I want to embrace the mystery. I want to embrace the meant to be true. I want to embrace the part of me. I want to embrace the heart of me, and it's the best thing we can do. What is love? It's patient and kind. It's that easy. What do you mean, Trevor? Is that? What about the flame? What about the desire? What about, being into me? What about affection? What about the things that are important to me, my values and all the rest of it? All of those things. What about all of those things, Trevor, you might be asking me? Well, guess what? You're in a relationship. That means that there is a person in your world that thinks as much about you as you do about them. And all the stuff that you're thinking about, particularly at the start, they're thinking about as well. You're in a relationship. It's interesting, particularly when we watch shows such as Married at First Sight, and a few of the other shows that are on TV at the moment, and we just see how people do not appreciate being in a relationship. They might think that they are, but without that patience and kindness, there is no love. Why is patience and kindness important? Well, it's important because every word that comes out of your mouth, every thought that you have, every time you think about your beloved, patience and kindness. And, I think one of the things that we need to, and I've said this a few times before, the thing that we need to get in there at the start, into the culture of the relationship, the thing that just carries us, the thing that molds us together, patience and kindness. You say, well, what about the spark, Trevor? Where did all of that stuff? Well, yeah, absolutely. But where does that spark come from? Patience and kindness. And then when you feel at one with the world and at one with your partner, all of the other things just flow. We're not trying to have to force our way onto the other person or demand a certain way. Patience and kindness, when both people are actually doing it, is a very, very powerful thing. We want to get things off on the best track we can, don't we? We really, really do. And this is where the pretty, the outside external thing that we put so much effort into it just doesn't stack up to what the internal decisions that are being made are being made. They're made by our inner world, aren't they? They're made by the thing that what makes us tick. So if we go from a viewpoint of, hey, what can I get out of this thing? Well, that's not going to last, is it? Because you're not thinking about the other person, you're just thinking about you. So if you're in a new relationship, and maybe there's been a few of late which haven't gone well. Well, if we keep doing what we've always done, we're always going to continue to get what we've always got. So the better way to do it, I think, is to get patience and kindness in there and say, hey, look, yes, there is me, I want a relationship, but I do want a relationship. So what am I going to actually do to enhance it and give it the best chance it can? Because you know what? I'm with somebody else now. So I want to actually give it my best shot. So I want to uncover love as energy, love as mystery, love which is meant to be true, love that is part of me, well, more than parts, all of you, the very heart of me, and it's the best thing we can do. Absolutely, if love is done right, it is the best thing to be part of. Oh, maybe you're in a relationship that's been going for a while and things are a little bit rocky. How's the patience and kindness going? let's get back to that and get the culture back on track. So trust that will be encouraging for you today. In 2006, much to the surprise and delight of theatre goers in the West End, she actually was involved in Chicago in late 2006, and the critics said dazzling and nearly flawless. She played the character Roxy Hart, and she actually came back to that role a couple of times. In 2007, out came the album Bittersweet World. She'd actually been going, 3 years at this point, on a bit of a crest of a wave. This album got to number 4 in the Billboard charts. And Ashlee was trying to go for a bit of a different sound than what she'd been doing in the past. And we got Out of My Head, Yeah, Yeah. And looking at this song, it's all about, hey, I need my own creative space. I need my own ability to think and to engage with who I am as an artist. And please, can everyone just give me the space to do that? And so, pretty reflective song by Ashlee Simpson. Just seeking that space to be able to create. Between 2002 and 2023, she's been involved in 4 movies. There's been multiple TV appearances, including the Ashlee Simpson Show. And between 2001 and 2024, there's been 3 studio albums, 9 singles, 9 music videos. Estimated have sold about 4.5 million albums. So that's quite a lot when you think about it. I think that's just in the United States, actually not worldwide, because Autobiography sold 5 million. So, she's done above 5 million albums worldwide. So well and truly success for Ashlee. She's won an MTV Asia Award, awards in Australia, Billboard Awards, BMI Awards. So she's won around 14 awards. So the links to those 4 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Hayley. If you want to recap on her, feel free. Well, this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, or you've come back for another one. How great to see everybody here. Well, we did look at Ashlee this time. Next time we're going to get on to Jessica Simpson. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.